Well, we're on our last wall here to install our Weatherlogic sheathing, and I know I've gotten some questions over on Instagram. You guys are probably asking some of the same questions here on YouTube, and that is, how does this compare to Zip? Zip's been out a long time. I don't know exactly how long it's been on the market. I've used it before, and I would say they're basically comparable. I think where Zip has the advantage is they have a bigger product line at this point. They have roof sheathing, their R board, which has the foam. They have a couple more tape options, but that's the way it goes. I think that the LP Weatherlogic is going to get there. I've heard talk of a lot of those products down the road. It takes time to get to market. Price-wise, it's going to be comparable, but really it boils down to where you're at, the availability of the product at your local lumber yard. So you're gonna have to ask them what your pricing is. We do a good job, I think, and we definitely try our hardest to make our buildings plumb, square, flat, look as good as possible. But when you install the Weatherlogic, it straightens out those walls even more and provides a really nice surface for our future siding, which, remember, this is gonna be vertical siding. So we've got vertical LP Smart Side, that's gonna go on our side walls, the long walls, and then on the ends, underneath and above the porch, we're gonna have a horizontal lap siding. I think it's gonna be cool. They're gonna be the same color. It's gonna look awesome. Let's get working though. Good? Yeah. Oh, look at that. Right on our mark. So I think that you had the right spot, buddy. Good?
Yep.
Could be my wife.
Could be. Probably not.
Hello, it's Kyle. No, I don't service Belvedere, sorry. Yeah. Alright, good luck, bye.
I'm missing my earplugs.
Yeah, dude, I literally was just gonna say, like, oh man, I need my earplugs. But don't worry, Greg. Mine are right here.
You know, I like ISOtunes. I like them a lot, but I don't have the right earpieces in right now.
I'm sorry, what?
Exactly.
What'd you say? Woo. Short point. 42 plus 16, 58. All right, feels good to get that last piece of the Weatherlogic installed. We'll go ahead and get this all taped off. We're gonna router out our windows and then get started on our roof, which is always an exciting time because I love putting on a standing seam roof, especially the black and that blue sidewall. It's gonna look pretty cool, I think.
that beats by a long shot having yeah. I think it makes me sick thinking about having to do it that way again.
Yeah. Cordless, battery powered router. And if I think about it, check down below, because I know a lot of people might want to know what bit are you using. Picked it up off of Amazon, not cheap. It's I think this one is a upward spiral bit. Really, that just depends on which way you want your material to go. You want it to go up the bit or down the bit. So I think this is an upward spiraling bit, and it works awesome for cutting out windows. Greg, you want to do the honors and just hold this open so I get my router in there? Okay. Okay, go ahead. You want it lower? I'm going to move you guys so the dust isn't blowing right into the camera. How about that? Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Let's try this again. Disrespecting the Big Heart Orphanage. I don't know how that makes you feel, but it makes me feel a little gross. All the orphans. Huh? I think you know what I'm talking about. All right, so when you're flashing out the edges of these, the cut edges of the Weatherlogic, they recommend you to tape them on all your windows and door penetrations. And you know, unfortunately, this is, I would say, where the Weatherlogic is still in its infancy. It doesn't have the same options as, let's say, Zip, because that's the other big player in the market. Greg, you want to help me do the honors here? So what we have to do is kind of do a little surgery here and make sure that we get nice cuts and bends over all the edges. So obviously, anytime you do any sort of flashings, you're always going to want to start at the bottom and work your way up. That way things are lapped over properly, and water will always run over, not under things. God bless you, Greg. Ugh. Do you have COVID? Or is that just the
no, that's just sawdust.
Okay, next thing we're going to do is, Greg, getting ahead of it a little bit, but we're just going to cut straight down along the jamb of the window, and then we're going to both try to nicely bend that in and get it to lay flat. Always squeegeeing your tape. We're going to do the same thing on the side. A nice sharp knife blade is very key. And we're repeating the same process on all 4 sides. Running the tape halfway over the opening, that way we can equally spread the tape on both sides. Take a piece of Weatherlogic, just a little bit bigger than the depth of your jam, and what I like to do is I just bend it in half, stick it in there, take your squeegee and push it right into the corner, and then work your way out. Making sure it's nice and tight in here, and then don't cut all the way to your point, and just kind of spread that, and that's going to cover this gap. It may not be perfect, but you got to remember here, if you really want to, you could do some sealant or adhesive of some sort right there, or you could run another piece of tape. I don't think that's going to be a problem because we kind of did the same process twice, lapping over each other, and any water should make its way out. And the last thing we're going to do, especially since these window openings are going to be sitting here for a little while, is we're going to run on this entire jam, just to help if any water does sit here, which I'm sure it will. It doesn't do any damage to anything, and I think it's a good, cheap insurance policy, really. And even though you may think it's good, your hands are not sufficient for making sure that the tape is going to adhere properly. That's what these come with the packaging for. And applying pressure with the squeegee definitely makes all the difference, I can promise you. After a couple days of sitting here doing its work, this is going to be so sticky it's going to be hard to come off. And there we go. Now we have a window opening ready for a window, but that's going to be in a little while.